What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, and we're going to continue our second look series. We are playing Dark and Light, and right now we're going through a leveling guide, and we are actually doing a play-by-play, level-by-level, actual gameplay. How do we get there? How do we get things done? And let's jump right back into it. So let's go ahead. We're going to play online. We are playing on the Shard of Faith map, so we're going to go ahead and jump on our server that we currently have up, and this is Fallen Angels Gaming. And if you look for this, you will find it. It will be up. So go ahead, we'll hit join, and let's get to it. What did you guys think of the last series that I did earlier yesterday and the day before? What has your guys' experience been with Dark and Light so far? What were your experiences before the release, if you got to play any of the beta, or what was it immediately after? And have you guys played it recently? Have you guys given it a second look? Have you guys given it a second chance? I am certainly glad that I've given this game a second chance, and I've gotten a couple of other friends to go ahead and do the same, and they are happy with their choices. So it shows here that we were killed by Expedition Force, level 100, so that wasn't very nice. So it looks like we're going to be picking up, unfortunately, probably without a lot of mats, because when we die, we lose all of our mats. So let's go ahead and pick back up at the southern outpost, and we will respawn. Now let's take a quick inventory count of what we have. Alright, so we don't really have too much, basically just what we were left with other than the mats that we had collected earlier. So, again, one thing that I like to do when I first start leveling up is I like to go through and do all of the quests. Let's get this music volume turned down. Alright, so let's go ahead and press O to access our quests. And it looks like we are going to be enhancing our knowledge, and we're going to be doing this with Bruno, it looks like. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's get our task going, and now we're tracking the quest. So it says we indeed picked it up fast, and we're not going to get to read the rest of it because it went away way too fast. So it does give us a task here. It says we need to harvest twine to unlock ranged crafting. I'm assuming that's going to be knowledge, but little glitch there. Looks like they need to fix that, but that's alright. We know what they're after. We need to harvest twine, so let's get to it. And if you remember, we get twine from trees. So, we got that leveled up. We got straw leveled up. Still need our ranged. Our armor, everything but range is getting leveled up. Isn't this wonderful? And there's our ranged finally. Alright. So now it wants us to craft some throwing knives. And it looks like we need wood and stone to do this. This audio is not doing what I want it to do. There we go. Now we've still got some audio. So, we need to get stone and some wood. The reason behind doing the quests while you're leveling up is because doing these quests will actually unlock other items that you would not be able to do without doing the quests. So, in my opinion, doing the quests while you're leveling up, then you can save your time and efforts while you're completely leveled up to doing the more fun things like boss farming and things like that, and getting your epics and legendary or artifact gear. While we're recovering some stamina, let's go ahead and upgrade our attack. I'm going to go ahead and continue upgrading my stamina until I get to level 10. And then again, we're doing our attack as well up to level 10 at least, just so that way we ensure that we're getting the maximum amount of mats for our efforts. And you can certainly get more mats if you just keep increasing your attack percentage, which a lot of people do that due to the fact that when you upgrade the straw work, your woodwork and stonework, and eventually the manors, they give you HP stats pretty significantly. And they give you enough to get well over 1000 HP by the time you get through the manors. Just so you're aware. Alright, so we should have enough to craft some throwing knives now. Let's go ahead and craft a few of those. Now it wants to equip the throwing knives. Alright, so we'll go ahead and stick them on the hotbar here. And we've completed that quest. So let's go ahead and jump right into the next one.
Stable and durable. Foundations are the groundwork for your base. Be sure to craft enough before you begin your base construction.
Ah, very true. So, looks like we're going to start building our bases. This will be very nice and very helpful for us, so that way we don't log back into the server again and end up the way we did, which was dead. This also protects your body from being looted by other players when you are logged off. When you're logged on, they obviously can't loot you unless they knock you unconscious. So we want to make sure that we get logged off in a base. So that's what today's episode is mainly going to be about, is making sure that we get enough materials and mats and ultimately have enough crafted so that we can actually start our base building. But we obviously can't do that with a broken stone pickaxe, so we'll go ahead and throw that in here and we'll get that repaired. Alright, nice, shiny, and new. We'll go ahead and do the same for our regular axe, just so that way, well, no, we're not, because we don't have any straw. So we'll go ahead and fix that problem right now. And while we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and get some stone, which we're definitely going to need as well. But we definitely need straw, and lots of it, because I'm one of those people that likes to build a massive base. I don't like building small bases. Unfortunately, this does mean that I spend a lot of gameplay actually farming for mats just for my base. But in the long term, I have a massive base that I can have all sorts of chests everywhere and lots of room for plenty of defenses. So now it wants us to craft some straw foundations, which we still need more straw before we can do that. So we'll go ahead and equip our sword and we'll just run around cutting some grass. Another thing that I want to note is if you have a lot of grass, I'm going to show you a quick trick here, because grass does spoil into straw. And we have just about killed ourselves again here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you this quick tip right now while I'm waiting for that to dispel off of me. So a quick tip to getting lots of straw very quickly without having to wait for your grass to actually spoil into straw is to actually come in here and hit the split button. What this does is it splits the stack into two, and if you just sit there and keep on hitting it, it will split these out. And what that does is it starts the degrade timer immediately on those items instead of waiting for its predecessor to spoil and disappear out of the stack. So, quick tip, it's helped me out a lot. It's really nice that we have enough item spaces in our inventory to actually do this. I've done this on stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks when I was farming a lot of grass, just to make sure that I had enough straw for later on, because I hate farming straw, to be completely honest. And as you can see, all of those sacks that were just sitting there just went ahead and spoiled into straw, and now we've only got this much grass left. So we'll go ahead and finish this out real quick. Alright, so as soon as these guys spoil, we're going to have quite a bit more straw, and we might be able to build our foundations. So we can build 2. We are going to need to build 3 for our quest, I believe. you're definitely going to want more than that to start building your base. I typically like to have 10 foundations or so, and at least 20 or 30 walls. And then of course you want to build floors for your roof, just to start with, because I'm going to have multiple floors to my base. As we go on, I will continue building on it. Man, there we go, we died. First death without being killed by a guard. At least this time you'll get to see that we'll actually be able to pick up our mats. So as you see, we lost all of our mats in our inventory, but we do have a red thing over our body that shows us that we died here. So we can go ahead and press the inventory button. We can go ahead and take all of this stuff because it is ours. Now if you were to die on and other players were to come over, they could actually loot your body and take all your stuff. One thing to note, you cannot take anything off of here. It does show what you had on before you died. If you actually get out of the inventory and you press I, it will show these items are there. So no duping of items, which is great because I don't like it when people dupe items. So nice little feature there, shows you what you died with, but you're not going to be able to dupe. So another quick tip if you're looking for some meat, and of course, well, usually it works. It didn't that time. Okay. And our sword broke. So we'll go ahead and fix that. Alright. Might as well fix the axe too while we're here. Now, the fastest way to actually level in this game, if you're not looking to really get any of the major content and you just want to level up and just go straight for the dungeons and stuff and not worry about all the neat tricks and spells and everything else, the fastest way to obviously level is to just go kill other monsters, as those do grant you the largest XP gains. One thing that you could do to prevent from getting attacked is we could actually go kill some horses. Not sure if there's any around, but I can go show you where they would be.
What can I do for you? Shall we have a drink, friend?
None here, but there is a sheep, and it's level 56, and we can most certainly just completely obliterate that sheep. And we can gather some hide and some food and stuff on it, so it's not like we just made that sheep go to waste. It is definitely usable. Let's see, there's some kibos over here we could get rid of. Now kibos are kind of cool, I think. I think they just look absolutely awesome. Very detailed. But we can still kill them. They do have an absolute ton of hit points, so it might take a little bit for you to kill them at first. But as you'll see, he is not attacking me, even though it says that it is defensive. In the wild, they are defensive and they will attack you. But we should still get some XP from it. Not a lot, but still got some. You would definitely get more for killing it in the wild than you would a tame one over here. So those are actually there so you can gather money and purchase one without having to do the taming process. Purpose behind that, not real sure. They are definitely good for gathering early game before you get your level 2 staff head for the drain, which is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend getting that if you plan on building a large base like myself, just because it really significantly helps your gathering speed. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to craft a couple more of these items here, just so that way I don't have to keep repairing all the time. But I'll say it again, it is definitely a lot cheaper to actually repair items than it is to craft more. But since I were just using a stone quality material, I'm really not worried about it. Alright, so now we've got our straw door frame that we can utilize. But we will have to make it first, of course. Alright, so let's see how much we can build now. Build one. What am I missing? We're missing straw and wood, of course. So, before we go gather wood, let's be proactive here. Let's go ahead and split these stacks. So while I'm doing that, I want you all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like and leave some comments down below, so that way you can stay up to date on all my future content. Most of the time, I don't go through and split everything one by one. I typically just go through the larger stacks and just grab that, just because it's really not worth going individually splitting 2 pieces of grass into one, especially when there's only like a 35-second countdown timer on it. So let's go ahead and start gathering wood, so we can continue making more pieces for our house. Alright, let's see what we can make now. We've got 4 pieces of straw foundation, so we're good there. Let's go ahead and craft our doorway and our door, and we can only craft 1 wall, so we're going to definitely need to get some more materials. I'm going to do a fast forward here, so that way we can move this along without you guys having to actually watch me sit here and gather wood and stone and twine. Alright, so there we have it. We should have everything that we need to craft our first house. Now, what this consists of is we have our straw foundations, we've got our straw walls, our door frame, our door, and our ceiling. So this is going to be our flat roof for now. Typically, I build like a first starter base, and then I end up moving elsewhere after I've gotten a little bit of gear and I can venture out just a little bit further. So typically what you want to do is you want to find a nice flat area to build on, and There's not a lot of flat areas around here right now, where I am currently at. So we need to look a little bit and see what we can find. I think I saw something over here that looked pretty decent for a little starter base. I think this would actually work perfect. The reason that I'm going to build it here is because I'm not real super close to town. I've got some nice protection by these rocks. There's typically not going to be anything that's going to spawn over here, so I should be safe and sound when I walk out of my door. And there is some room to grow if I really wanted to. But like I said, there's some nice close area over here by this town, so if I was in immediate danger, I could just simply run over to this guard and this guard would save my life. So let's find a spot that we should call home and not build on the side of the mountain, just because it gets a little tricky when you do it that way. So I think I'm going to pick this spot right here. This looks nice. I think we're going to place it right there. Yep. So basically all you have to do is you just have to click what you want to use. So in my instance, I clicked 1 because I wanted to use the straw foundations. So I'm going to build myself a nice little straw foundation here. Maybe. And we did not pick the greatest spot. So this is going to be a little bit of an interesting base. So let's see what we can do here to make this work. Let's see. This was not a good spot at all for this. Should still be able to get up and in. Yep, we're good there. So we'll go ahead and place our door. And do we have any space that we can place another foundation at? Or are we just kind of out of luck here? Guess we could have a nice little front porch here. Alright, we got a porch. Good enough. Gives us something to land on so we don't have to just constantly try and angle our way in there. So let's go ahead and really. Okay, so this was a terrible spot to build on. Whatever. We don't need a lot just because this is going to be a starter base, and due to the fact that we have this many bends in here, I no longer have what I need. Perfect. Wow. You guys get the gist of it. I typically like to craft my walls up too high, not too high, but like 2 levels. So that way when you're trying to move around inside your base, you're not constantly dealing with this ceiling. Because this, I don't know, I don't like short ceilings. Some people build 1-bys, but I like to have my 2-bys. So I am going to continue building. I will just kind of let you guys enjoy the build as I go gather more materials to make sure that this all works nicely. Starting off with, of course, more wood. Okay, we'll make it work. So we're not going to be here very long. Like I said, I usually pack up my stuff pretty quickly and get moved to a new location, which is why I'm going to go ahead and just stick it out. We're going to go ahead and use this place. I would venture to say by probably the end of the next series or next video, we will be definitely ready to go ahead and move on. Now I do want to show you a quick tip while we're here. Just because I feel that it adds more security to your base. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Alright, so as you'll notice, we have a door, and on this door we have our owner and personal owner. So this door belongs to us. It cannot be opened by any other people unless we were to create a house and they would have access to that. And when I say create a house, I mean we create an actual house. So you come over to House Manager, you create a new house. The tribe name is repeated. Okay, so that's going to be left over from my previous character. So we'll just call this Demon Angel's house. And now we've got our own house. The tribe is ready. We can add people into this group, but I'll cover this more later. Basically, there's permissions that would allow other people in your house to actually open this door. But to add a little bit more security, if you press and hold E, you can actually set a PIN code. So we've got ours set, and now we're a lot more secure. And when we log off for tonight, we will be here in the morning and we will not be looted. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a quick one. Did not get a ton of content created. As far as longevity of this, we will be going over a lot more detailed items up next. But for now, we're going to call it quits here on this video. We've got our house made. We're not going to be dead in the morning when we wake up, and we'll be able to continue our journey, and we're still going to have our mats and everything else, which will just be absolutely fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Stay tuned for the next one, and I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is Demon Angels signing out.